Hey y'all, I'm coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. I was here for the last couple days on another residency trip with Fellowship Associates, spending time with Fellowship Memphis and city leadership here. And man, it has been an incredibly rich time. Memphis is a significant city for me in my own story and in the calling to plant a church in Minneapolis. When I was in Iowa City, we took students here to Memphis every year for spring break to serve in the inner city. And what we experienced while we were here was a church that loved Jesus more than anything, that kept the gospel central always, but with passion and with courage was about racial reconciliation as well. And so I was captivated by that during my time here. And as I come back to Memphis again, I feel that same invigoration. I'm standing in front of the National Civil Rights Museum. And while I realize that Minneapolis is not Memphis, Minneapolis has its own story of enterprise at the disadvantage of the marginalized, advancement at the expense of the poor, racial tension because of misunderstanding. And so as I understand Minneapolis more, and as I spent a few days here in Memphis, it became real clear to me that my story here, because this is the very place as I was walking in downtown Memphis, that I felt the Lord call me to plant a multi-ethnic, multiplying church in Minneapolis. It's starting to make sense. And when I think about Minneapolis and what could happen if there was a church of people fully alive to the presence and the power of God, vitally connected to Jesus himself, and radiating with his grace and truth, if we could have a people like that, a people who had a sense of Emmanuel, God with us, and unleashed them upon the city of Minneapolis, and I think what wouldn't be possible for the kingdom? What problems couldn't we tackle? What couldn't we do in the name of Jesus for the glory of God and for the good of the people? And so I'm leaving Memphis with a ton of questions about Minneapolis, but more hopeful and more inspired about the work that God's called us to than ever. So thanks for listening to a couple minutes and letting me, again, share the journey that we're on with you. As always, I'm grateful that you're coming along for the ride.